Hello children, welcome back to the unit of inquiry class. So as you all are learning about the solar system, the exploration, the scientific discoveries and the reasons behind exploration, I thought why not talk about the moon. So already you have learned about the planets, you have learned about the sun. So today we are going to learn about the moon. So before learning about it, we should know how the moon was formed. From where did this come, isn't it? So a planet named Theia, which is equally the size of Mars, once hit the moon, hit the Earth. Okay, so it got hit with the Earth, and what happened is it blasted, like as you can see it in the image, a powerful impact between the two celestial bodies, two planets. Okay, it was smaller than the Earth and it was equal the size of Mars, and both got collided. Okay, and it burst. And what happened is that Theia, the planet named Theia, it got into different particles. That is, it was like debris, the wastes. It started revolving around the Earth. Okay, and slowly all this debris got collected together to form the moon. So this is how the moon was formed. Just a collision between the Earth and a planet called Theia bought the moon. And to your surprise, only the Earth's moon looks so beautiful and it doesn't have any name. Okay, the moons of other planets have got different names. They are named in different versions, but only our satellite, the natural satellite of Earth, which is called as moon, doesn't have any name. It is called the moon. Now, after this, I thought I would speak to you about the phases of moon. Now, when you look at the sky, daily you could see that the shape of the moon changes, and sometimes there is no moon, sometimes there is full moon. So how do we get the shapes, different shapes? So that is what we are gonna see. This is the picture that depicts the phases of the moon. So when you look at the night sky, you would have seen moon takes different shapes in different days, right? There are sometimes you can see a full moon is there, sometimes you can see half of the moon is there, sometimes you can see there is no moon at all, right? So that is because of the phases of the moon. So it takes 27 days for the moon to revolve around the earth. It takes 27 days. So you can see for 27 days it changes its shapes, and again this cycle repeats. So that cycle we call it as lunar cycle. Lunar means it is a moon and solar means it is a sun. So we are talking about the moon, so it is called as a lunar phase. The shapes changes and there is a reason behind that. So to tell the reason, I have pasted this picture here. You can see that when the moon comes in a straight line in between the sun and the earth, there is no moon that day on the sky. It means it is a new moon. The name for that phase is called as new moon. It's new because you cannot see anything on the sky. The moon is there, but we are unable to see it because the sunlight from the sun directly falls on the moon. Okay, and we are unable to see it because sun is very bright, isn't it? Moon doesn't have its own light. It takes the light from the sun to show it to us. So it depends upon the sunlight. Understood? So that's why when it is morning, you cannot see the moon properly because it doesn't have light on its own and it has to depend upon the sunlight, and it will be somewhere else revolving around the earth. But at the night time, you can see it because the sunlight is little bit lighter at the night time, and it doesn't fall directly to the moonlight. Moon. So here you can see it's a new moon because it is in a straight line in between the earth and the sun. Okay, that phase is called as new moon. New moon means there is no moon that day. Don't get confused. Okay. Next, when it starts moving from away from the sun and when it goes away from this line to a little bit far, that phase is called as a waning crescent. I call it as a banana shaped moon because it looks like a banana. When you keep the banana somewhere, you can see that shape. So that shape is called as waning crescent. Okay, it means waning means to grow from no moon, that is from new moon. There won't be any moon on that day. So after 2-3 days, when you look at the sky, you can see the moon grows. Okay, the moon grows because from no moon to a little bit of banana shaped moon. Waning means it is growing. The meaning of the word waning is it is growing. So this is waning crescent, and you can see the moon has moved a bit forward. Okay, it is not in a straight line. The sunlight is not directly falling, right? All the sunlight is not directly falling into the moon. That is waning crescent. Next comes the last quarter. Last quarter means it goes directly, I mean, it starts moving towards the earth, okay, and it is a little bit away from the sun, and most of the sunlight is falling onto the moon, and you can see that half of the moon you can see, nearly half the moon you can see very clearly. The rest half you cannot see because the sunlight is not falling to that part. Only to the part where the sunlight falls you can see it a little bit clear. Okay, so this is the third phase. The first phase is new moon, where there is no moon at all. You can see that the moon is in the straight line, and when the whole sunlight falls on it directly, you cannot see that. From the earth, it is impossible for us to see the moon because all the sunlight dominates it. You can say the sunlight dominates the moon and we cannot see. Only a little bit when it starts moving away from the sun, away from that line, it moves away little forward. You can see a banana shaped moon, which is called as waning. Waning means it is growing. The moon is growing. It looks like it is growing. When you note it down daily, you will feel that. Okay, note it down daily. From now onwards, start noting the shapes of the moon. You will see the growth and decreasing shape of the moon. Next is the last quarter. As I said, it after it moves a little bit away from the sun, little more away from the sun, you will see the half quarter, that is the last quarter. Half of the moon you can see there. Okay, then again it starts to move in the opposite direction, but at the same place. You can see waning crescents, the same line it is there, but now this time it is away from the sun. It is totally away from the sun. It is not nearby the sun. It is not facing the sun also. At that time it is called as waning gibbous. Okay, it is called as waning gibbous. This part, waning means it is starting to show a lot more. Okay, and then next phase is called as the full moon, where you can see the whole moon that day. And because the sunlight is not directly falling onto the moon, the sunlight is directly falling to the earth this time, and the earth's light is going directly to the moon, so you are able to see the whole lot of moon, the full moon you can see. Understood? Next, again when it starts going away from that place a little bit down, it is called as waxing gibbous. So it starts to decrease now. The shape of the moon starts to change again. And here, if you see the waning gibbous and waxing gibbous, a little bit looks the same. The shape is just opposite of that. So you need to understand that. Next comes the first quarter. First quarter is when it again comes to the position of last quarter to the opposite side. You can see the half of the moon. That means the full moon is there. Again it starts to decrease. The shape of the moon starts to decrease, as if someone is breaking it and taking away. You will feel like that when you note it down daily. And what happens, you will see half of the moon, that is first quarter, and next again you will get the waxing crescent. So waxing crescent is, it again decreases its its size, and again you can see a banana shape, but this time it is opposite. Okay, first time it faces the right hand side, this time it faces the left hand side. So that is waxing crescent. Again after 2-3 days it slowly moves in between the sun, it comes, and when it starts to revolve around the sun's, the earth slowly, it is called as new moon. So this is how the phases are there. So they say there are 8 phases for a moon. So they are nothing but new moon, waning crescent, last quarter, waning gibbous, full moon, waxing gibbous, first quarter, waxing crescent. Okay, these are the phases of the moon. Again, I'll tell, when the moon comes in between the earth and the sun directly, and when the sunlight is falling into it, we can't see the moon, that is new moon. And when the earth is in between the moon and the sun, at that time you can see the moon fully, because the sunlight is not directly falling into the moon. And one more thing is, waning means to grow, waxing means to decrease. Okay, this is how the phases work. Now start noting down the different shapes of the moon daily and tell whether it is waning crescent or waxing crescent. Only when you are able to track it, like either from full moon you can track it. If you are tracking it from the full moon, if you see a full moon on the sky, then it means it will start to decrease. It won't grow after that, right? Because it's already a circle. When you see the whole moon in the sky, it is already full circle. So it means the waning phase is starting. Okay, that is waxing phase is starting. Waxing gibbous will come, then the first quarter will come, then waxing crescent will come, then again it starts to new moon, then waning. Waning means to grow, waxing means to decrease. So this is how the phases of the moon work. So I will also post a video related to this, and it has got a detailed you know information about the moon. So watch it, refer this video also, and please complete your worksheet. Okay, till I meet you for the next time. Bye, take care, love you all.